Hello everyone and welcome to the 10th episode of my Ultimate Decades Challenge. Today we are starting off a little bit differently. As you guys can tell, it is still nighttime in my game, and that is because I received a very unfortunate notification when booting up my game that I thought we should all experience together. But before we get into that, I still wanted to tell you guys what my actual plans were for today's episode, which consists of a few important birthdays and, of course, moving Abigail and Neville out to their new home and potentially starting their family. So with all of that, I think it's time that we jump straight into this very unexpected start to the episode. So here we are in my game, and this was the very unfortunate notification that I got. Unfortunately, our little nugget is about to die. I was so upset when I saw this, and I knew I just had to start the episode a little bit earlier than I normally would. So here we are. Nugget's time has come, and now they'll be strolling around those rolling green hills in the sky. I'm so upset to be losing Nugget because she was our last remaining chicken, and I really didn't want to see her pass, but I guess it's now her time. So I'm glad the Grim Reaper gave her one last pet and has passed away nicely. But as you can see, the rest of our Sims are still asleep, so I might skip through a little bit just until one of them decides to wake up. And just like that, it seems like Sigrid is the first to be awake this morning, and that is because she is feeling quite scared. Now, I don't know why she is getting monsters under her bed, because I did actually remove that by MCU Command Center, but apparently it didn't really work, so I might actually have to fix that soon. But it seems like Anne is up as well, and thankfully she isn't scared by monsters this morning. So I might just have them quickly go and get ready for the day. I think I might have to wake up one of the adults, and it seems like Arthur's just woken up, which is perfect timing. Maybe he can come and spray the bed, or I might just have him get ready for the day and start making some breakfast. And Hamish and Abigail have also just woken up. I know Abigail is still high on life at the moment from her recent wedding, and it just seems like Arthur has finished breakfast. So maybe we can have a family breakfast this morning and call everyone to meal. Oh my heart, look at all of our Sims having a cute little breakfast this morning. I'm so glad to see it. Unfortunately, our toddlers are just scattered around the home, but what did you expect? And now that they are all together, I thought it would be a good time to let you know what today's plans are specifically, which actually happen to be the twins' birthdays. They are indeed aging up into children today, which I'm so excited about. They're following along in their sister's footsteps, so we'll definitely get onto that. And it's also Arthur's birthday, which means we have to do his death roll spin to see how many years we have left with him. And look, now that breakfast is basically over with, I might start on some of the Sims' needs. Thankfully, the adults are pretty good, but I know some of our toddlers need a little bit of TLC, so we'll get onto that like we always do. Oh, look at them two, little sisters. And since it's now 11 o'clock, I do want to get on to making a cake for the boys' birthdays today. But of course, we don't have the ingredients. We need flour, butter, and eggs. I'm not too sure how we're going to get the eggs, but one of you guys did let me know that we can actually make flour and butter ourselves. Now, unfortunately, I can't make any butter, but that'll be an easy fix. We'll just have to get some milk. So I might get Abigail to come over and quickly make some flour. And maybe I can get Elizabeth, once she's finished cleaning the toilet, to come over and collect some milk so we can make some butter. I'm not really sure what we're going to do about the eggs since we can collect eggs. Okay, hopefully that's enough to make a cake. We might actually be lucky here. And we collected 2 eggs, which unfortunately I don't think is enough. So I'm going to have to think of something else to do so we can get those eggs. I'm hoping that maybe there's a shop option in the signpost that I can use. Or we can go to the village. Maybe we might get some luck there. Let's send Elizabeth off. I'm not sure if this is the proper way to do it, but we'll soon find out. Oh, guys, Elizabeth is our saving grace today. We can buy some eggs from the village shop, which is awesome. I don't think there's anything else we need because we can get everything else ourselves. So I think I'm just going to get 2 eggs, which will hopefully be enough. But now that Elizabeth is back, let's get on to making that cake. And I think while we're waiting for that to be cooked, maybe we should invite our family over so they can come and celebrate as well. I might just have Arthur start a gathering so we can have all of our main Sims come over. But the cake is ready. Let's put some birthday candles on top. While we wait for that, Arthur, maybe you should stop doing the laundry and come say hello to everyone. I'm happy to see that Elizabeth has immediately come over to say hello to her parents. I know we did only just see them in the last episode, but I really love having them come over. And even Charlie has made an appearance, which is amazing. And let's have Arthur bring everyone inside. I really want to get this birthday on a roll because I'm very excited to see what our twins look like. And now they're both putting themselves to sleep. Come on, guys, it's your birthday. Please hop up. Let's make sure you're both over here to blow out your candles. And of course, since Harris was the first to be born, I'll have him come and blow out his candles first. Let's have little Harris blow out his candles. How cute. There Harris goes. He is aged up into a child. Now, I'm not really sure what I want his aspiration to be. He was the highest level in motor and social, so I feel like I might put him under the social butterfly aspiration. And he has gotten the bookworm trait, which is interesting and kind of works perfectly since he was shown so many cards when he was younger. So I'm happy with that. Now, I know he doesn't look very time appropriate, but I will give him a makeover soon. I just want to make sure that Hamish ages up as well. Oh, look at Hamish. What a cutie. I'm so excited to see what they both look like. And there we go. Our grumpy Hamish has aged up as well. Now, his skills were also high in motor and social and creativity, but I'm thinking for Hamish, I might put him under the rambunctious scump aspiration. I feel like that just works a little bit more towards his personality. And we'll now randomize his trait. And he actually got the slob trait, which is actually quite funny and I feel like is also quite fitting. So let's just get this done and over with and take these boys into Kaz. Now, I do realize that it was probably silly to give them a makeover before doing their death rolls, but come on now, I had to see how cute they are, and they have definitely lived up to my expectations. They look like such little troublemakers, and I'm so excited to play with them as children. But of course, before we do get too attached, I do have to do their death rolls. I'm not going to forget about it, I promise. So I'll quickly grab them up for us. And of course, for a reminder, if the boys roll a 9 or a 19, they don't survive. So I'll grab our D20 roller and roll for Harris first. And he's going to roll a 1, which is perfect. He survives. Now we have to roll for Hamish, which I'm nervous. Let's see. He's going to get a 13. Oh my goodness. They've both survived. I am so glad. I love the twins and I'm so excited to see what mischief they get up to as children. So here they are officially just sitting and chatting. I do think this is actually the perfect time that they come and have a chat to Charlie, their uncle. I think that'll be so cute now that they're all children. They can play together a little bit better. And of course, we should also start eating our cake. It seems like Sigrid and Elizabeth have already gotten onto it, but I might have Arthur come over and call everybody to meal. And our rooster chick has just aged up, which is amazing. We have had a lot of birthdays so far. And of course, speaking of birthdays, I don't want to forget that we have to do Arthur's last roll, which is to see how many years we have left with him. He has lived out his entire adult life, and it's now time to see how much longer we have him for. So again, I'm going to quickly grab up our death rolls. So unlike the boys, this time we're going to roll a D10 dice to see how many years we have left with Arthur. So let's get this pretty pink dice rolling to see how many years. And we only have 3 years left with Arthur. You know what? I can't really complain because it's better than 1. So that means that in 3 years' time, our beautiful Arthur will unfortunately pass away. It's so upsetting knowing that we have such a limited time left with Arthur, but I know that we're definitely going to make it worth it. So with the conclusion of all of those birthdays and death rolls, I think I'm going to have everyone head to bed, so I'll catch you guys in the morning. Alrighty guys, so it is the next day and a few of our Sims have woken up. A lot of them do need to use the chamber pot, so I might let them care to their needs quickly. But as you guys can see, I have done a little bit of a move of all of the beds and have added a bunk bed in for our twins. Of course, this is only temporary since we will get to remove one of the bunk beds soon when Abigail moves out. So it's not going to look this cluttered forever. But I think for the moment, I'm just going to wait till a few more of our Sims have woken up and we'll officially start the day. Alrighty, it's good to see that a few more of our Sims have woken up now. I know that a lot of their needs are quite poor, so I do need to get onto that, but I did want to get onto the first matter of business today, which was breakfast. I was also thinking of making something different for today's breakfast, since it will be our last breakfast with dear old Abigail. So maybe we make some hasty pudding, which I just think is perfect since this is the Hastings household. And just like that, breakfast is served. I think I'm going to have Elizabeth come over and call everybody to meal. I know that a lot of our Sims still need to use the outhouse, but I really want everyone just to come over and have another big family breakfast. It's good to see that all of the Sims enjoyed their breakfast, but I do think I need to get onto some of their needs and potentially clean up the house a little bit, because our first manner of business today is inviting the Heidelbrands over so Arthur can discuss a little bit more of his expectations and, of course, the dowry for Abigail. So I think I'm going to tend to all of that and I'll hop back when they're ready. Alrighty, it is a bit later now and I have just invited the Heidelbrands over, so I definitely think Arthur would start by welcoming them all in. I am also hoping that Neville makes his way along soon because I know that Abigail is just dying to see him. But just before that, I might have Arthur have a quick chat with Amelia and Jeremiah just to discuss any expectations they might have. But of course, as the challenge rules state, if we are marrying poor, we do have to pay a dowry of 500 simoleons. So I could imagine that they're probably just discussing how much money Arthur does owe. And I think with all of them being agreed upon 500 simoleons, I might just deduct that from our Sims household straight away. There we are, our dowry is paid. And I think from now we should just have Abigail probably say her goodbyes to everyone and finally move into her new home with Neville. I know the first person she'd probably want to come and give a hug to is her dad, since they have had a very rocky relationship, especially with her finding someone who she wants to spend the rest of her life with. But I do think they have gotten past that and have finally found a way to compromise. One of the things they've definitely compromised on is the location in which she is moving out to. So, of course, I have actually built a little home for them, which is right across the street. So it's not like this is going to be our final goodbyes, but I just think it'll be cute to say goodbye to everyone just before they go, especially because of how close she is with her family. I know that they have definitely been her rock, so it wouldn't be easy moving away from them. But I do know that this is not an ending and is more a beginning. So now that we've said goodbye to everyone in the family, I think it's time that Abigail and Neville finally move out. And just like that, the two lovebirds have moved into their new home, which I did indeed build. So I'll give you a quick tour. We do have a garden, washing machine, signpost, and archery table out the front, because I do actually want to have Neville start doing a little bit of archery and potentially going down the line of a knight. But moving back to the house, when you come in, you have a quaint little kitchen, a quaint little bedroom, and of course, a bathroom. So it's not very big, but I think it's perfect for our two little lovebirds. And of course, the first matter of business is definitely to have them start trying for a baby, but I don't feel like they've really had the opportunity to talk about babies yet. So I do want them to come sit down and have a little discussion. I do know that Neville would love to have a child, so I think it's going to be interesting to see what Abigail feels. And she unfortunately does not want to have a child right now, which I don't think really works. Because I know in this century, that was the main thing that everybody focused on, is ensuring their legacy. So I think we're unfortunately going to have to put Abigail's wishes behind her and get started on that. Maybe Abigail feels like it's not the right time to jump into having babies. I've always imagined her to be the type to want children, so I don't really feel like that's the way she's putting it. I more feel like she just thinks it's a little bit too early and they should just enjoy each other's company. But of course, when it comes to enjoying each other's company, one of the main things you do as a newlywed is have a little bit of a woohoo. So even though she doesn't want to try for a baby, I think I'm just going to have them do it anyway. And we might just have a little bit of an accidental pregnancy on our hands. And here they go. Break out the candles and make it romantic. They are woohooing for the first time. But of course, on the conversation of babies, we do need to roll for their pregnancy chances. So I'm hoping they at least get one because I have had them already do it now. But let's quickly jump over and do that. So I'm just going to quickly grab our D12 roller, and for whatever number we roll, that's how many pregnancy chances they get. So let's jump over here and see how many pregnancy chances they get. And they got a 9, which is amazing. I'm glad to see it's a high number. So we have a lot of opportunities to have a baby. And now I don't feel as guilty for making them woohoo. And look, I know that I said that I was going to just do the pregnancy tests every time my Sims woohooed, but I feel like this time I might let it marinate for a little bit longer since we do know that Abigail doesn't want to have children. So I kind of want to make it feel more like it is a surprise. So I think for the moment, I'm just going to leave these two to enjoy being newlyweds and officially moving out together. And I think I might quickly jump into the royal household, who are also due for a pregnancy attempt. Okay, so I just jumped into the royal household and I wasn't really expecting this from the two of them, but they are actually playing a game of Don't Wake the Llama, which I think is quite funny. But if you guys do remember, we did roll a 8 for their pregnancy chances, which means that I am going to cash in another one of them now and have them try for a baby. I think I might just let them play out this Don't Wake the Llama game quickly and then we'll get on to that. I am really hoping that she gets pregnant because I know that I was having a few issues with it last time, so fingers crossed. But I think for the moment, I'm just going to skip through until they're finished. And of course, now I'm going to have Isabella come straight over and take a pregnancy test. I am a little bit nervous to see this, but I did change the pregnancy chance to 80% how it normally is. So hopefully she's pregnant. Let's have a quick look, and she's not. How wonderful. I think I might have to change the pregnancy chance to 100% for the moment because she should be getting pregnant as the rules state. I'm not really sure what to do. I might have them try for a baby again and hopefully they get lucky this time. All right, here we go again. Let's skip through to when they're done. And please, let's all cross our fingers while Isabella does this next pregnancy test. I am a little bit worried again. It seems like Henry is also quite intrigued as well. I think he wants this baby just as much as Isabella. All right, here we go. Please be pregnant. Please be pregnant. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, she is pregnant. There is a new baby on the way. I was a little bit worried there, but I hope you guys don't mind that I had them try for a baby twice. I know that that's not part of the rules, but I think we're just going to bend it a little bit this time since she should have gotten pregnant the first time. But I think now that that's over and done with, I'm going to head back into our main household. All right, we're back in our main household and it is looking a little bit smaller, but since it is 4 a.m. in the morning, I might just have everybody head to bed. And that wasn't very long, but Hamish is now awake. I'm glad to see that his needs aren't too low, so I don't really know what I'm going to have him do. Today was going to be my money-making day again since we did lose quite a bit yesterday. So I think I might just have him go straight up and start fishing maybe? That's probably the best way that he can start making us some money. And Arthur seems to be up too, but he's feeling quite sad from idle hands. Oh, he wants to make something. Well, that's perfect because that'll be the way that you can make us money today. But before you do that, maybe you should get started on breakfast. I'm hoping that the rest of our Sims wake up quite soon since it is 9 o'clock and I don't want to go into old habits of waking up late. So I might just check on everyone, and everyone seems to be pretty good, to be honest, so they can just all wake up. And perfect timing because breakfast is ready. So let's call everybody to meal. It does feel a little bit weird not having Abigail float around the house, but I do have another idea to fill that little spot that's left in the household, and that was to adopt a little puppy. I know that in this time they wouldn't have had adoption services to adopt puppies, but I have installed a mod that allows strays to run around the area. So I'm hoping that we might find a stray dog soon, or maybe cat that we can adopt. But for the moment, I'm going to let them have their nice family breakfast and we'll get on with the day. Okay. I was also thinking today that maybe we have our children go visit the local village. I feel like since aging up, they haven't really had the opportunity to go out there besides Sigrid. So maybe it'll be a cute idea for them to go and see what the local village has to offer. Maybe they can all go play Skittles. That'll actually be quite cute. And of course, the trader has arrived, so we'll definitely have to sell everything that we have. I might have Arthur come out and sell all of our items because I think he does hold the most. So I think that I'll have Arthur come over and sell everything we have. I might see if any of the kids hold something that we can sell and put it all in his inventory. And unfortunately, it seems like it's not going to be a lot. So I'll just sell the cherries and the bird eggs, and I'll just have to sell everything else manually. And the kids are already back, which is crazy. I didn't think that playing Skittles would have taken you that short of a time. Maybe I'll send them out again and they can go to see the Wandering Minstrel this time. I think that'll have them out for a little bit longer. Maybe the adults of the household are trying to have them out of the house so they can spend the day making some simoleons. But to start with the matter of business, I'm going to have Arthur come over straight away and start sculpting something since he was feeling a little bit sad that he hasn't made anything recently. I might have William start caring to the animals a little bit since I do neglect them unintentionally. But we do also have to name our new chickens that have aged up. Oh, here they are. So we have our rooster, who I'm going to name. And honestly, game, this is too soon. I'm not calling him Nugget. I can't do it. Too soon, please. Maybe let's name him Nigel. I'm not sure where that name has come from, but that's just going to be his name for the moment. And let's come over and name our hen. And her name is Elise, which is perfect. So we have Elise and Nigel, our chicken and rooster. And how cute! Abigail has already decided to come over and visit us. Maybe she's missing the family home and just wanted to pop in. I might just pull Elizabeth down to come and greet her. I don't know about you guys, but it feels a little bit strange only controlling 3 Sims. I'm so used to it being constant chaos, and right now I feel like there's nothing to do. Maybe I can go on a little walk around to see if I can find any strays though, since that is the main call today. And I found one over here. So this is Lily, but I was more hoping to get a little dog. I don't know why. I don't feel like cats would have been the pet of choice in this time. So I would prefer to find a dog. Oh, who is this? Hi, Sydney. You're very cute. You know what? In efforts not to lose her, I might have Elizabeth come straight over and introduce herself because this is the first stray dog I've seen in a while. And I really want to try adopt one today. Oh, and we're now acquaintances. Let's see if we can pet her. Maybe feed her a treat. I think that's the way to most dogs' hearts. Oh, please don't leave, Sydney. I really want to become friends with you. Maybe we can offer our friendship as well. I'm not sure how much of a friendship they need until we can adopt her, but hopefully it's not a lot. She does seem to like us though, so fingers crossed. We just became friends. Oh my goodness, can we adopt her now? I am taking this dog home with us. Oh no, I just realized that she doesn't have the adopt word over her name. I think that's why we can't adopt her. But I swear when we were talking to her before she did. I'm so confused. No, I really wanted to adopt a dog. You know what? This might be a little bit cheaty, but I swear that she was a stray before. So I reckon I'm just going to add her to our family because we have won her over fair and square. So here we go. We have just added little Sydney to our household. And of course, if you guys aren't happy about that, I can always remove her and we can find another one. But it is getting very late and I did really want to adopt a puppy today. Even though Sydney's not really a puppy, she's kind of full grown, but that's okay. She's still cute nonetheless. There is a part of me that wants to change her name since I don't really feel like Sydney would have been a dog's name back in those times. But it's not letting me, which is quite annoying. So I might have to bring her into Kaz quickly. I don't really know what I would name her though. So I think for the moment I might just leave it and you guys can give me some name suggestions and hopefully we can name her in the next episode. But she's feeling really sad and I don't know why. Please come cheer her up. This is our new baby. I know that we have a few more down here, but she's the main priority at the moment. Oh, and I totally forgot that I left all of the children and William up here fishing. Maybe I can send them all back home now, since it is getting quite late and their needs are still quite bad. Okay, it seems like everyone has officially made their way to bed, so I will catch you guys in the morning. Alrighty guys, it is the next day and a few of our Sims have just woken up, so I think I'm going to start the normal routine of making breakfast and getting everyone's needs up. And very cutely, Sydney has spent the night sleeping right outside Harris and Hamish's bed, so I definitely think we have a few best friends in the making. I am kind of thinking that any leftover food we have, I might use to feed Sydney with, because I don't really feel like peasants would have food bowls specifically designated for pets. So that might be a more time appropriate way to go about it. I do know that we did have some leftover food that we put in our fridge, or I think we did. Here we've got some cheese and fruit. Maybe if I pull that out and grab a serving, hopefully Sydney will come and feed herself. But while we're waiting, I feel like I should let you guys know what the plan is for today. So along with all the birthdays we had a few days ago, it is also actually William's birthday. And he turns into an adult today, which is crazy. I feel like he hasn't been a young adult for that long, but it's finally time for him to age up as well. So I think for that, I'm just going to try and get everyone's needs up. I might see if Elizabeth can make a cake. I'm not sure if we have all of the ingredients. We do, so maybe I'll have her start making that and I'll get working on all the other Sims' needs. Oh, I'm so glad to see that this actually worked. Sydney has come over and has eaten the cheese and fruits that we left on the floor. She seems quite happy about it too, so this is really cute. I honestly feel like we haven't really had that good of a look at her. I'm not entirely sure what her breed is, but she's very cute nonetheless. And I think we'll definitely spend today also trying to get a better relationship with her, with all the kids. All right, it's good to see that our cake is made. Let's add some candles so nobody takes a piece. Perfect. We've succeeded in that. Maybe now it's time to invite the rest of the family over. I know that some of our Sims needs are still a little bit poor, but this day is mainly about William and his needs are fine, so we're going to go off that. All right, I just invited Abigail and Neville over, so it's good to see that they've arrived. Let's definitely come give her a hug. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like she's pregnant. So that woohoo attempt we didn't seem to work. So maybe to end this episode, I might quickly jump into that household and try again. But I'm going to put that to the side for the moment and try to enjoy William's birthday. And it actually seems like most of our Sims needs are up. So I might have William come straight over and blow out his candles. It's crazy to think that he's aging up into an adult, which is basically the same age as Arthur, but not entirely with how the aging works in this challenge. But what scares me is that he's that step closer to death, and we also need to do his death roll. So I'm going to get the death roll up quickly. So for an adult, if William rolls a 9 or less, he doesn't survive, which is quite unnerving. So I think I'm going to quickly grab our D20 roller up and give it a roll. And he has gotten a 14, which is incredible. I don't know how he has managed to survive this. The luck that I am getting on these rolls is actually quite phenomenal. So I don't really know what else to say there. But it's good to know that we have our William for a little bit longer. I don't think I was ready to say goodbye to him yet, but he has successfully aged up into an adult. But how cute would it be if Elizabeth came over and gave him a little kiss? I feel like it's been so long since we've seen actual romance between these two, and I would really love it if they could spend a little bit of time together today. So on that note, I think I might have Arthur take all of the kids out. Maybe they can all go and play Skittles for a little bit and leave these two lovebirds to have their moment. Okay, now that we have some peace and quiet, let's have them do a little bit of a woohoo. I think this is definitely deserved and a great way to celebrate William's birthday. And just like that, they've had their little woohoo. I think maybe they should now get up and enjoy some cake. And of course, right on schedule, they all arrive home with perfect timing. You know, it actually seems like a lot of our Sims have come in and just put themselves to sleep. So I don't really think there's very much else to do with this household for the moment. So while we have the time, I might quickly head into the Heidelbrand household, that being Abigail and Neville, because I do want to hopefully get her pregnant. I'm not sure why it didn't work last time, but we can always pop in and do it again. So let's head over there. And here we are with the two little lovebirds. It's good to see that Neville is practicing his archery. And while we're waiting for him to finish with that, I might actually have Abigail come over and do a little bit of gardening. I do realize that some of these fruits aren't actually in season, but since it isn't our main household, I don't mind too much because I do want their way of getting income to be Neville, who I'm going to have sign up to be a knight very soon once his archery skill is a little bit higher. But for the moment, hopefully they can make a little bit of money out of this. And see, they're already going straight into it. Neville just loves flirting with Abigail, and I feel like they're both just really ready for a child now. I did notice that Abigail has actually changed to being neutral about having children, which is very interesting. I'm glad to see that her thoughts have changed on it, and hopefully they're both really looking forward to having a new addition to the household. So I think we'll definitely get onto that once Abigail has finished planting a bit. Oh, there they go. Neville didn't even wait for Abigail to finish planting everything. He just wanted to get straight into the bed, which, you know, I don't mind. It's good to see them a little bit more proactive about having a child. So I might just have them enjoy their moment and I'll catch up with you guys when they're finished. All right, they're all done now. So I think it's time that we go and do a quick pregnancy test. I don't want to leave it this time just because I want to make sure that she's pregnant. They do have 9 attempts, so we might as well ensure that she is. And my fingers are crossed. Please be pregnant. No, she's not pregnant. What's going on, you guys? I put the pregnancy chance at 100. I don't understand. Okay, you know what? I might do the same thing I did with the royal family and have them go again. Hopefully we get lucky this time. I'm not really sure how this fits in with the challenge rules, but I do believe since they are a side household, they can try as many times as they want, and they should be getting a child at least every time. So he is hoping on the second attempt. And I guess we're never going to lose the trader because he's even decided to pop into our side household. What a creep. Okay, he is hoping that they get lucky the second time. I'm going to skip through this really quickly. And we're straight away going to jump over and have Abigail take another pregnancy test. Thankfully, I gave them 500 simoleons to start with from the dowry, so we can actually afford to take this test. But he is hoping second time's a charm, and it is. Okay, this is very good news, you guys. I'm not sure why it's taking 2 attempts to get my Sims pregnant, but it's good to see that she is. So in the next episode, we should be expecting a little Heidelbrand and Hastings baby. But I think on that note, you guys, I am going to leave this episode here. We have had a lot of successful birthdays today and pregnancy attempts. We also managed to adopt our first puppy of the series, which I am so happy about. So, of course, as I said before, please leave your name suggestions down below. But I think with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you did so you don't miss the next one. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon. But until then, bye everyone.